Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Sans Frontières video. My name is Jay Wakefield and today we're going to be taking a look at a new addition to my collection. Now recently I've actually been selling a couple of machines, just to make back some money and just to kind of clear out machines that I don't use. Now one of the machines that I did sell was the Compaq Evo N410c. You're probably all wondering, Gee, what on earth are you doing selling Compaqs? Well, unfortunately the Evo N410c was a machine that I really couldn't use all that well. It had a 14-inch display with a nice wee resolution of 1400 by 1050. Which made it incredibly tiny, everything incredibly tiny. So, I got rid of it. And instead, because I found the Evo N410 too difficult to see, I decided to pick up the smaller version. Okay, and this is the Evo N410c. Now, it's different to the N410c in a couple of ways. First off, unlike the N410c, which is a mobile Pentium 4 powered system, this has actually got a Pentium 3. It's actually a faster one. It's a Dualitin. It's clocked at 1.2 gigahertz. Also, it has a gigabyte of RAM. That's quite a lot, if I'm going to be honest, for something that is effectively a Pentium 3. But this was designed to run Windows XP, and I believe that's what it's running right now. But then again, the N400C came with Windows XP on it. So, let's have a wee look at the machine. So on the left-hand side, you have a VGA port, power socket, USB port, wee vent, and a Kensington lock port. On the front, you have a speaker, the lid catch, volume up and down buttons, and some LEDs. Power in hard drive, I believe. On the side, you have the power button, headphone and microphone sockets, one PCMCIA or card bus slot, a USB port which is actually populated with what I believe to be a Wi-Fi adapter. I'll leave it in and see what it is, actually, though, when we come to power it up. Then there's a hole. I'm not sure what that does. Not sure you'd probably be able to even see it. Let's if I actually remove this adapter. There's a bit of a wee hole next to the USB port. Okay, and then to the right of the USB port is an infrared port. Then you have Ethernet and modem. On the rear of the machine, you have a parallel printer port, serial, composite out, so you can connect up to a TV or what have you. And that's it. Now you might notice that this machine is lacking any kind of optical drive. Well, these smaller Evos, well, they do. They don't have optical drives. However, that isn't to say that you can't attach any drives to it. These machines, like the Evo N410, the N400C, came with a slice. Slice is different to a docking station, in that Well, I mean, it can be used as a docking station, but but it's actually small enough that you could use the slice. Actually, I'm not sure about this one. On some of these machines, the slice had a docking station connector, whereas this one does not. So, yeah. But, I mean, what this does is it provides a lot of the parts and things that you would actually expect to find on a full-size machine. And there's even instructions on how to attach a machine to the slice. So let's have a look at the slice then. So on the left hand side there's a USB port, DC in, a speaker, and then on the front you have a floppy disk drive. This can be taken out and I'm guessing replaced with an LS120 drive or what have you. Then you have the multi-bay slot, which is populated with a DVD-ROM reader drive. On the right hand side you have the eject mechanism for the slice, so you can actually eject the machine from it. Then you have a Kensington lock slot, another speaker, and headphone and microphone sockets. On the rear of the slice you have a parallel printer port, and there is also an Ethernet port, and you've got a serial port, VGA port, USB port, and mouse and keyboard ports. So that's the machine and the slice. So the way to mount the machine to the slice is basically you attach it, you basically slide it into the hooks at the front and then just press down firmly on the slice, it clicks, your machine's locked in place. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to plug it in. So let's do that now. I did actually get a mouse with this machine. If I can find it, you're gonna love this. It's an HP mouse. Thanks for that. So let's plug in a mouse. Let's plug in the mouse that came with this machine. There we go. And now we can open it up. So it basically kind of just looks like most of these machines do. Purple touch trackpad buttons, purple standby switch, some keys, and you know, the black keyboard that the newer Eagles have. They actually dropped the grey keyboards that the Armadas had since their well, all throughout the ranges, mostly throughout the ranges. Anyway, let's switch this machine on. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's coming to life. That is not actually a good sign. Oh. Well, that was odd. So let's try that again. Select boot device. Notebook, hard drive bay. So I really don't know what happened then. Not sure if I should be worried or not. But the machine seems to work now. The shape of this mouse, it puts me in mind of the Apple Mighty Mouse. And these speakers are absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look at this machine. It comes with XP. That didn't take too long to load up. .2 gigahertz processor, 1 gig of RAM, Intel Pentium 3 processor, mobile CPU at 1200 megahertz. Device manager. Let's have a look. Yes, USB wireless LAN card. I'll keep a hold of that because that could come in handy for other machines or what have you. Registry Clean Expert. Nice. And there's CyberLink Power DVD. Let's see what else is installed. There's Specky on here. So we can take a look at that. Yep, this is a Tualatin processor, 1 gig of SD RAM, Compaq motherboard, and it's got 16 megabyte mobility Radeon. Hard drive is a, I think 56, that says, gigabyte Fujitsu, and Intel SoundMax integrated audio. Not Intel SoundMax. So I'm going to have a look at the resolution actually on this. This would be quite a curious thing. 1024 by 768. That is a lot more sensible. So let's have a look at... So there's 2 partitions on here. There's a files and local disk. Wait a minute. Am I reading this right? 12.6 gigabyte data boot partition for Windows XP. Are we quite sure? And then a 43 gigabyte what is it, data partition. So what am I going to do with this machine then? Well, I think what I plan to do is the usual dual boot 98 2000. That would make it one of the fastest 98 machines I currently own, and I'll take it from there. But the faster processor should make it very easy to play some games. Now, this machine having Windows XP on it is not a problem per se, because to be honest, back when this machine was new, Windows XP was still on the RTM. It was still RTM, so it would have run absolutely fine on something like this. But this machine, unlike any of my other subcompact compacts, has a battery and it does seem to be taking a charge. So that means I get to do this. And it's still going. Oh yeah. I love the wee Evos. And then to dock it. So I think this machine actually goes up quite nicely against the ThinkPad X24, which has a 1.13 gigahertz processor, also Tualatin. It's got you know, the same kind of design, subcompact, but you've got the slice. Although the ThinkPads, being a ThinkPad, is a wee bit bigger, but it's the same thing. So it'll be quite interesting to see how these two machines stack up against each other. But what I think I'm going to do is take out some of the memory. I might actually test it as well. Just run a mem test on it and just see how it goes. I'll probably take out the hard drive and put in an 80 gig as well. But with all that said, I think it'll be time to just kind of end this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and to like Videos on Frontier on Facebook, as well as following me on Twitter. But for the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and please join me for my next one. Cheery bye.